pitchforks. Did I just fall in love? Her similes? But I've been ignoring them for years. Charlie Lastra. Hello and welcome back to Alexandria Loves Books. It is a very gloomy day here in LA, so don't mind it being a little dark in here. But that is perfect reading weather. Cozy, curl up on the couch with a blanket and read. And that's perfect because today I have to give Emily Henry a second chance. If you have been on BookTube, BookTok, Bookstagram, if you've been online in the book world, you know that Emily Henry is beloved by many. Everyone is obsessed with her books. They're running out to get her new releases, like release day. Her books have millions and millions of reviews on Goodreads. Everyone loves Emily Henry's writing and her books, and people have tattoos for them. People have multiple copies, multiple editions, because these books mean the world to them. Well, I've kept my silence until now. I have a bone to pick with Emily Henry. I have some beef with this beloved author. Around February of 2023, I picked up Beach Read, a lot of people's favorite book by Emily Henry. And don't hate me for saying this, put down the pitchforks. I hated it. It put me in the worst book slump, and it took me a month and a half to read, when normally it takes me 3 days to a week to finish a book. And I forget, I either rated it 1 or 2 stars. And I vowed to never pick up an Emily Henry book again. Okay, it wasn't a full vow, but I was bitter every time people would post about Emily Henry, because I was like, I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear about her books. I don't care. It's not good. But everyone must love her for a reason, right? I want to understand. So if you saw my TBR video for May, you saw the TBR jar. Chose an Emily Henry book. And it's time that I give Emily Henry a second chance. So dramatic. Disclaimer, I'm just being dramatic for fun's sake. There's no actual beef. But I think you got that. I think. Okay, let's get to reading.
Thoughts of you linger, good in my mind, so clear. Everything recalls you, wishing you were near. Laughs we shared fading.
As you saw last night, I started Book Lovers and I've been reading it today. I am on page 76, chapter 6. I can't believe I'm actually reading an Emily Henry book. It's been 2 years since the Beach Read fiasco, and I thought I would never read an Emily Henry book again. But here I am, and I think I might be enjoying myself. I don't want to speak too soon. If you maybe haven't read Book Lovers, this follows Nora and Charlie. Nora is a literary agent in New York City, and Charlie is an editor. And the prologue, you see their first meeting, and it doesn't go well. They get off on the wrong foot. It's not enemies to lovers, but it's like arch nemesis to lovers. So they don't get along very well. Flash forward 2 years after the prologue, and Nora and her sister Libby decide to go to this small town in North Carolina, which is actually a small town in one of the books that Nora is the agent for, of the author who wrote that book, if that makes sense. To just get away. Clearly, Libby, the sister, is going through something, but she's not fully sharing with Nora what's going on. So I'm interested to see what the deeper situation is with that. And Nora is very much city girl, career focused. She's very type A, not stereotypical businesswoman in the rom-coms, but she's kind of giving that. The way the book opens up, I love the writing. Oh my gosh, I can't believe I'm saying that. Emily Henry starts off talking about how in the cheesy classic cliche rom-coms, the city person moves to a small town and then falls in love with a baker or a lumberjack or something, and then ends up leaving their partner that's from the city, and that their now ex from the city is always the villain, and she is that villain. And this isn't a spoiler because it's just her backstory that you learn in the very, like literally the first pages. She's always broken up with because her partners keep changing their lifestyles for that small town life, falling in love with the local hotel owner's daughter, and like very cliche stuff. So it's really interesting reading about that type of person as the main character in a romance. And Charlie is in this small town, and I have my theories as to why, but we don't fully know yet. And like already I'm enjoying their like banter, and the writing is really good. I am not one to be like, the prose needs to be beautiful and eloquent and whatever. Like, I'm more there for the plot and characters typically when I read books. But I think now that I've been reading for about 2 years consistently, I have grown more like to appreciate writing more than I used to. And I think that was where I went wrong. When I read Beach Read, I was still in like the very early stages of my like re-entering my reading era. I was there more for the romance, and her books, as far as I'm hearing, they're in the romance section, but it's very literary fiction with romance. And at the time, I could not get through that. But I'm thinking now that I have read more and I can appreciate it more, now it might be my thing. Because her writing is very beautiful. The way she describes things, the way she connects things to like common experiences, her similes, they're really good.
Everything about you still makes my heart beat. Nothing feels this void now since you hit delete.
Page 151. He wants to make me laugh. Who was gonna tell me that Emily Henry is a great writer? Literally all of BookTube. But I've been ignoring them for years. I think this one's on me and not Emily Henry. I think I need to take accountability for wrongly judging Miss Henry's work after only reading one book. Might be.
Gentle whispers, sweet words softly said. Everything true love was longing now instead. In the night I'm dreaming.
I read once that sunflowers always orient themselves to face the sun. That's what being near Charlie Lastra is like for me. There could be a raging wildfire racing toward me from the west, and I'd still be straining eastward toward his warmth. I don't want to speak too soon. I haven't finished the book. I still have like a little under 200 pages left. I think I was wrong. I think people are onto something with this Emily Henry stuff. She is a really good writer. Who would have thought? With her millions of copies sold, millions of good reviews. I just think I read Beach Read at the wrong time. I'm not like in love with it. It's definitely not like a 5-star read, but these characters are so whole. Like they are like real people, and they have their strengths and their weaknesses and their faults and their flaws. I am invested in their backstories and also in learning more about what's going on, because I still don't know what's going on with Libby. I am really interested to figure out like what's going on with her. And Charlie, I want to hear more about his story. But I love Charlie. He's so funny. And I think even though he's very like, he has like a dry sense of humor, and he's very like, not blunt, but I don't know. He is who he is. He's a city guy. I feel like he's really sweet, but I don't know if he actually has said anything that's like sweet. Or if I'm just like, I just like him, and so now in my mind he's sweet. I didn't expect this to go that well. he pays attention to her. Just because not everyone gets you doesn't mean you're wrong. I love that. Now you're here, and I don't know, I feel like I'm okay. If you're the wrong kind of woman, then I'm the wrong kind of man. Charlie, Lastra. Did I just fall in love? Is that what just happened here? This is what looking at Charlie is like sometimes. Like a gut punch of a sentence. Like a line so sharp, you have to set the book aside to catch your breath. This is really good writing. She's growing. She's learning. Character growth. Love to see it. Another January Andrews novel. Even though I didn't like January's book, I still like a little, mention. A little, it's not like full on cameo, but the worlds being connected. My body has moved from winter into spring. All those scraggly little sprouts pushing up through a crush of snow. Spring, alive and awake in my bloodstream. This woman has such a way with words. Libby. Libby. Oh my gosh, I'm loving this. A little over 2 years ago, I read Beach Read by Emily Henry and hated it. I rated it 2 stars, which I felt was generous. I didn't think the main characters had any chemistry or compatibility. I didn't understand why they loved each other. I didn't believe their love. I found the other aspects of the story to be boring, and I was not invested. I did not care about any of it or anyone. If you don't know, which I feel like a lot of people do, but in case you don't, Emily Henry's romances, they're classified as romance, but they're often described as being like literary fiction or general fiction with romance. The romance isn't always the main plot. I did not enjoy that about Beach Read. And even though I hated it, I kept it on my shelf to be like, I freaking did it and I'll never do it again. And I was petty and bitter whenever people would say how much they loved it and would quote it. And I'd be like, we did not read the same book. What are you talking about? Well, a little over 2 years after finishing this book, I finished Book Lovers. And I loved it. I absolutely loved it. I don't fully know my rating. I feel like a 4.5. It's almost a 5-star. It's not, because I have like some like things that I didn't love about it, and I don't have like a full 5-star feeling, but I kind of do. So it's like a 4.5, like honestly 4.75 almost. This book is really good. And now I feel really stupid for holding a grudge. After reading only one book by this author for over 2 years. If I just let go of that pride and that stubbornness, I would have read so many books, or I don't know, I've only read one other book by hers now so far, but I would have gotten to read other books that I enjoyed. I love this book. I will be reading more Emily Henry. I have People We Meet on Vacation somewhere on this shelf, but I want to wait until the movie comes out to do like a read it and then watch it video. I think that'd be fun. I definitely want to read Funny Story. I'm interested in that one. I don't know if I'm gonna like Happy Place or not, just from what I've heard. I don't know if it, like the way that I am would like be the best book for me, but I'm gonna be reading Emily Henry. I never thought I'd see the day that this would happen. I love Charlie. I love Nora. I love their chemistry. I love their banter. They just get each other and they fit. And this had more romance from at least what I remember of Beach Read. I don't remember all the details of this because it's been so long and I try to block it out because I didn't like it. But at least the way that I remember it and that experience of reading that book versus this one had more romance in it, which I like. I have grown to appreciate literary fiction and general fiction plots a little bit more than when I had read this book. I think I mentioned that at some point in my reading updates, that I think when I picked this up, I was still early on in my reading journey and I was only interested in romance. And this isn't mainly about the romance. And even the romance that was happening, I didn't like. So it was a fail for me. This one had more romance. I wish I started with this book first. I would have liked it a lot more. Now over the past few years of reading more, I even have some just plain general fiction that I love that are 5 stars. I have books that have romance in it but isn't the main part, and I love it. So I just think I needed to mature a little bit more in my reading taste and reading journey and get more accustomed to reading before reading this. Unfortunately, that didn't happen, and it made me not be able to read great books for 2 years. I love the character arcs that we go through. There was moments where I was getting frustrated with Nora and Libby. I loved the sisterly bond. I loved how they both they had a character arc, both of them in their selves, but also in their sisterhood. I kind of wished the arc started happening a little sooner because I was trying to get annoyed with them of like, guys, communicate, talk, like, I'm so happy that it's a romance, so it's not a spoiler that her and Charlie are kind of a thing. What? Ooh! But I love that she has Charlie and someone like him to love her as she deserves and as she craves, and that all of those stories of the exes that just did their Hallmark moment, like that didn't have to be her story. And so I love this book. And now I'm an Emily Henry fan. So this is your sign to not hold grudges and to give an author a second chance. If one book isn't great, try another one that you might be more interested in. And then if that one sucks, okay, then you can be like, no, I'm not reading that author again. And that's so valid because not every author and book is for every person. Thank you to Carolina Carolina loves Emily Henry. So she's encouraged me to read Book Lovers and Funny Story. She thought I would like them more. I know, Carolina, you're gonna be so happy once you watch this video. Thank you to the TBR jar for making me choose this for my TBR. I am quite happy. Thank you for watching and supporting me in this learning moment for myself, this moment of growth, of healing, of learning to let go of the grudges and just heal and try again. Thank you for joining me. I look forward to getting to read more Emily Henry books in the future, but for now, I don't know what I'm gonna read next, but I'll see you in that next video. Happy reading!
Sunset whispers in the breeze, memories hold me tight.